Hey everyone, it's Daniel here. In this video, I'll be showing you how to install and use the Laravel Vault package that we have here in your Laravel project. Whether you're pulling secrets from your Vault secret engine or whether you're pulling secrets from the files generated by your Vault agent on your server. This package helps you to integrate seamlessly with both modes or both, as I would say, both methods of putting secrets. And this package is basically made to help you integrate seamlessly with such uh, modes where you can basically call your secrets through the config access style that we have on Laravel. So the first thing we do is to basically install the package in our Laravel project. I've gone ahead to basically create a default Laravel project here that we can just quickly install the package on. After installing the package, we'll move on to publishing the config file that would help us properly configure the Vault package to suit our needs. I've already gone ahead and done that, so it's definitely going to complain that it already exists. But for me to override what I've done before, I'll just add a force tag to that to, generate a new one that we can now use. So your first publish would look like this typically. So first off, we're going to go through configuration for the file vault mode. The file option that we have here. What we are going to now do is, if you're using the file option, you're expected to use the file underscore path to basically fill in the routes to the files that you need for the package to read through to get your secrets. So if you choose vault mode of file, you basically come to the file underscore paths variable or tag, and then pass in your array of files. So you can pass in multiple file paths so that the Vault package can basically read through multiple file paths to get the secrets. So I basically have a few files that are already configured, and we'll also be using the .env file just to make things smoother or faster. It also supports multiple file types, as you can see, the JSON file, which we have here, just in my directory, that has 2 secrets already there. And in our env file, we'll also be using these 2 secrets here, 2 secret keys here that would be pulling. And yeah, so that's all. We'll just scroll down to the Vault to config key mapping section of the config file, where we have basically an array where you pass a map of how you want your keys to be called when you call with your config, like this, as you can see in the example. So we have 4 keys to call, 2 from each file. And just to cut things short, I already have that here, so I'm just going to copy what I have here and paste here, so we move a bit quicker. So the file 1, like I said, keys yo and keys down the bad guy you have here under the env file, and we have basically mapped that to app.file underscore 1 underscore key 1. The same thing applies to the second file, which is the JSON file here that we have here, where we've mapped vaults underscore second underscore file underscore 1. We've mapped that to this particular key, app.file underscore 2 underscore key underscore 1. So now that we have that set up, all we need to do is navigate to wherever we want to use. In my case, I just have a simple function in my code that I would use to basically call those keys, and using a little help here from my extensions. Then we have the key 1, key 2, key 3, key 4, where I'm calling app.file underscore key 1 underscore key 1. So that's what we have here, what we call each file. Also, let's just test this. Then I would basically just change one of these out, and then would basically change to our preferred one. Or in fact, we could just do it now, just so that things move faster. Let's just change this to a new key, for example, and change this to fire, for example. Yeah, so a new fire key, for example. And let's just use that to call one of the other key. Yeah, so that is good enough. And then we go to our routes and we just call our function. Remember to always run PHP artisan optimize, continue like this when working with keys, as the Vault package also helps with caching your keys, which you can set up also here by specifying the amount of seconds you want the cache to last for before the Vault package tries to update your cache by calling the source again, basically. So you finish that and you navigate, you run your project as expected, and so we'll be moving on to test what we just did. Just have a simple get method, get routes basically, that calls the function to return all the keys that we've configured through the Vault package. As you can see, key1, key2, key3, key4, fire down just that guy and the rest, just to make sure, fire a new key is supposed to route to the key yo, and the key yo is forgive my language. The key yo is called, basically has a value fire down, and the key down the bad guy, which is key 2, is just that guy. So yeah, that is the basic rundown of how the package works. And like I said, the package also caches your keys for an hour by default, or you can mess with that to suit what you prefer. And that is all for the file mode. We're moving on to using the token mode, which involves talking directly to the Vault engine, where we'll be using the token source. So the first thing to do here is to basically comment this out. We could also leave it. Let's just say, for the sake of this, we leave it just to, test extensively. So we just change this to the token, and then we configure our token underscore sources array. So this array, we are expecting, the array is expecting an array of that basically contains credentials to access a particular Vault engine, which would require a token. This would basically be the authentication token that gives permission to the user that has been configured for the project to have access to that Vault engine, and the paths to the secrets, which would be here, and the URL of that Vault engine. So I already have mine set up here, so I'll just be copying that, and for this test we'll be using two Vault engines also, just so we understand that we can add multiple Vault engines. It doesn't have to be one, it can be two, can be three, depending on your use case. Same thing goes for the file as we've tested earlier. And then for the Vault agents, for the Vault engines, I mean, we have a few keys also. We have two keys for each Vault engines that we've already set up on the Vault engines, which we have here. And the same thing goes, we just basically go to our function we have in our controller and call the keys that we already configured like before. Like I said, you can change this around, you can use any keyword that you prefer, but you know, I like to keep it consistent because I would assume most you know, projects would also want to give some sort of consistency, and that's what the Vault package offers. So we basically call the keys here again. So we'll be going on to tests. It's always advisable to, you know, run a typical optimize clear to, since you've changed the mode, just to make sure everything is on point. Then we move on to start the server again and test the keys that we just set up for the token mode and fire it. Yeah, so we have the keys from the Vault agent. Yeah, so thank you very much for the audience, and I'll be looking forward to your comments. If you have any improvements, we're very happy to hear them and collaborate.